What's up, guys? All right, I'm headed over to the anti-shanty shop right now. I'm gonna have them install a second heating port in the lower area of my camper. So if you've seen my videos or if you've seen the dwell shell, you know that the upper tent portion has a deck plate for a diesel heater tube to go up there so you can heat the tent in the winter. And the bottom area is always freezing still because heat rises, whether you have the panels open or not, that heat doesn't get down there. And I want to be able to see if I can heat both areas. So I'm gonna run a splitter off my diesel heater and have them install a second deck plate down in that lower area so I can try and heat both areas of my camper. So that's the idea for today's video, and then we'll do some testing to see what kind of temperatures we can get and make sure everything works and just test it out. Second deck plate is installed. I appreciate the anti-shanty guys letting me do stuff like that. I bug them all the time trying new stuff, and they're always willing to help me out. So now I'm gonna get the whole diesel heater set up and get all the hoses and everything set up for this new double plate system, and then I will walk you around the whole system, show you kind of how I put it together, the parts that I'm using to make this happen, and then we'll do some testing with it and see what kind of heat we can get into both areas. So I got all the hoses and kit all put together. I'll show you that in a second. I'm up here at a ski resort parking lot where it's really sunny, so it's actually kind of a warm winter day, which is gonna throw off the testing just a little bit, but it's still winter. It's 32 degrees outside right now, so it's not in the negatives or anything right now, but it's still colder than you would want to be out in a t-shirt. So we're still gonna hook everything up and see what kind of temperatures we can run inside. First, let me show you the new deck plates. So here's the one that Anti-Shanty installs on the tent when you buy a dwell shell right from them. And then I had them put one down here a little bit lower. So that's the one they did today. And these are super easy. They just twist off. They're both identical. And so then these caps just come off and give you a 4-inch deck plate hole right there for the diesel heater hose. So let me show you the whole setup and all the hoses I'm using in order to make this work and putting it into 2 areas. So the important part is obviously the diesel heater. This is a Vevor 8 kilowatt diesel heater. I already did a video on this whole thing, but I'll link the video if you want to see it. So I used to just run it into the one port, which just meant it was a 3-inch dryer vent hose that came right out of that all the way to the diesel heater. Super simple. So there's a few new things I have to make this work, all of which are linked below. I have them all linked into like an Amazon list. And so you can click on that below and kind of see everything I use to make this work. If it does work, that's what we're about to find out. So part number 1, this is just part of a 3-inch dryer vent hose. I had to cut a couple different sections this time. And then this piece is a new piece that is really cool. So this is on Amazon just like everything else. I think Webasto makes it. And this is just kind of a triple splitter. So I'm able to run the one end right here and hose clamp it so that this end will go to the diesel heater. And then this is where I'm able to split it so that it can run into both of those ports there. So right here you have 2 separate knobs on each of these ends, and I can actually twist these and open them. So you can fully close it, fully open it, and then you can even do it like 45 degrees. So the idea is, if it works, is that I should be able to kind of turn the heat at different levels for both areas. So if I want to blast it in the top, I'll shut the lower one off, or vice versa, maybe put a little bit of heat downstairs, more upstairs, kind of whatever you needed. Because the heat's not going to be super consistent. It's going to be all over the place, so it'll be nice to have some adjustability here so that I can kind of move these things around to get different heating in different areas. So next I've got 2 portions of the 3-inch dryer vent hose cut here that I might have to trim the lengths on a little bit. But then these are just 3 to 4-inch adapters that I also get on Amazon from PowerTech. And so that just makes it so there's no gap in the 4-inch deck plate holes. So these, I can just run through there and it gives a good seal, and they'll actually stay up there and hold inside those deck plates. So let me assemble it all and get it all put together, and then I'll show you one more time what it looks like on the truck before we fire up the diesel heater. So those aren't quick connect or anything fancy. I'm actually kind of just wiggling them in there until they're snug, which is not the best solution. I'd rather something fit a lot better, but there's no gaps for the air, and it's honestly a pretty snug fit. You kind of just got to work it in there. So these are also in the Amazon listing, but I use these RV sewer hose twist it clamps. So it's literally just the exact same as a normal hose clamp, but then you can do it by hand without any tools. So for any of the connectors that you're taking on and off often, you don't have to have a tool if you use these. So let's check out this whole setup before we fire it up. So here's the Vevor 8 kilowatt diesel heater. I use a tire step table to kind of hold it there. Not super necessary, but it's nice. It keeps it out of the snow and gets you a little bit higher off the ground, so your hose isn't as long. So a hose running there, up to the splitter that you can adjust and change to open up the flow on either one, and then two smaller ones into a 3 to 4 inch reducer that I just kind of plug up in those holes. Okay, so I'm going to start this thing up. Start heating. And then we will see what it can do. So this is a super unofficial way of doing this. This is a meat thermometer, but it's saying that it's 36 degrees outside right now. So I'll kind of use this as reference to see what kind of heat we get in other places. So there's not a whole lot to show from this end of it, but that's where your upper port is, right there. And then down here on this side of the camper, that's where the new port comes in right there. So I think they both look really good. They're obviously out of the way, and then it should pump in some heat right there into this whole lower portion of the camper, and then that one, just like it always has, will pump some heat up here. These Vevor heaters have a Bluetooth app, which is like the huge selling point to why I love them, and they have a running level of 1 through 10, so it's 10 different fan speeds that you can run on them. I'm going to run it at like 8, so run it pretty high, and then we'll see what we can get in about 20 to 30 minutes. So as you can tell, the panels are obviously opened up right now, but I kind of want to get an idea of what it's like if they're closed. So I'm going to close up all the panels, hang out for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then I'll give you a report to see if this worked or not. So it's only been about 20 minutes, but I am baking alive in here. Part of it is because this is the warmest winter day we've had in a while. It's been like freezing temperatures for like 2 weeks, and now it decides to be 40 degrees outside. So the sun's coming in, and that's playing a big factor in how much heat we're getting right now. But I'm kind of concluding this portion of the test at least. It's 72 degrees up here, and then it is the exact same. It's 72 degrees down there as well. So far it's heating very evenly between the two things. I have the valves wide open on both of them, and no errors on the diesel heater. So I have every reason to believe that I should be able to run this just fine. I can move those valves around and kind of heat the areas, the two areas, a little bit different if I needed to. That's about all the testing I can do with where I'm at right now and how sunny it is. I'll obviously be testing in all of my future trip videos how well it can heat both areas when it's really cold. So if you want to find out more about how it does in different temperatures and things like that, definitely keep following along with the trip videos, and I'll keep you updated there. But this should be a pretty accurate test. Like, it's cooking it out very fast, and it's still the middle of winter, so 40 degrees is still reasonably cold. To get it up to temperature that fast in both areas with no errors on the heater is leading me to believe that this is going to work just fine. So I know this is kind of a random sporadic video, but I was headed to Auntie Shanty to do it, and I thought, hey, let's make a video and showcase this because some people have been asking about it. So there's an Amazon list with everything I use for this whole setup: the Vevor heater, the step, all the electrical I use to run it to an EcoFlow, all the tubing and every single part to make this work for a dual heating setup. If you want to check it out, that link's below. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. We'll catch you next time.